Alright, so we're gonna try this again because I got midway through recording and it didn't seem to take, so I'll run you through what we've done so far for the third photo that we're editing. We've selected this juvenile, I believe female, juvenile female house finch, and we've cropped it down quite a bit actually. This is a winterberry tree that's just coming into leaf here, and this was taken on May 30th, so so we've got all these great greens. We did go with the auto white balance for once. I don't dislike it. We will probably play with the green balance here in a little bit, but that's fine. And so then, as per usual, I did my radio mask, which just darkens down things a bit. I'm not sure about this right area here, but we'll see what we end up doing with that one way or the other. And then this color cast here on the wings, and because I mean, if you think about it, this bird is surrounded by a lot of reflective, intense green, and that's where it's showing up. So that we just selected everything here with the mask. Let's see, there we go. All right, so everything there has been color cast corrected. Before, after. Okay, and so then I was just coming down to the dodge and brighten and all that good stuff, and let's see our flow, move that up, make this a little smaller. We're going to do the iris as I tend to do. See if we can get anything out of that without making it weird looking. Usually we can. Okay, we'll see though. That's not looking too promising, but this is the usual, oh god, that looks terrible, and then we back it down and it ends up working out. So let's see. Yeah, pretty bad. Okay. Alright, so now we go down to our dehaze. That darkens it up. Move that down a couple clicks, the opacity of this. Alright, so that gives it a little more oomph without completely, being too much. Alright, so I'm trying to decide what to do about this light spot here. What we could try a linear. Take that down a notch, and we can obviously smooth that out some. Press shift, draws it out more and more and more. Okay, now is that going to make it all look too strange? I don't know. We could undo that, and then we could do another radial, starting here, making it much smaller, so that only this is staying. So everything outside of this will be that much darker. We did that, and then that. We'll see how we feel about that. It's probably too much, but we can always change that. The other thing I should do before we'll leave this as a possibility, but the primary thing that I should do actually is select the green and balance that out. And I almost always will balance colors individually, because you just get way more control over the situation. If I tried to white balance the whole thing, obviously it would white balance the whites as well, and the grays in here and the bird, which we've now gotten true to life. So we don't want to fool with that too much. Here we go. So when we go to our advance, then we do the color picker, and we'll just choose that nice area there. Widen that out some. Start with the lightness, because that usually has a pretty big out. Here we go. Maybe I should fill the mask. There we go. Alright, so that's way too much. Okay. Like that. That's obviously too much. We're just going to delete that out, right? Okay. So I think I could go to 2 on that comfortably. Let's see what we can do saturation-wise with the greens. Maybe we desaturate slightly. Yeah, I like that. Full 10 on that while darkening them down. Let's see what 25 looks like. That's the way to do it. Okay, so that's balanced out, and it's also overall balanced the this light spot that I was concerned about. So that's actually working out really quite well. So much so that I'm concerned that we've made it too dark now. We can go back to this, to the background, and we can up the brightness a little bit. Let's see what contrast does here. I don't normally play with this, but in small doses it actually isn't bad. Let's try the dehaze as well. Should darken things down a bit, but in a more subtle way. Okay, I like that. So that's a pretty serious radial right there. I mean, but it's necessary, I think. Maybe 40. Okay. So we still have some cast here in the, I mean, we can take it out entirely, but I think that looks unnatural at that point. So let's see. Yeah, I think that's where I'd leave it. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with this. Bring this out a little more. Little subtle stuff that'll make it seem less fake, lighting wise, if you dodge up a bunch of other things as well. Okay, so that's still overdone, obviously. But what we can now do is take our opacity down to 49. Now, notice that also did do something to the eye, because that was part of it. But that's without any dodge, which looks, all right. But then that it adds so much more depth and dappling to the leaves. Let's see if we can up our highlights. See, this doesn't do a whole lot, obviously. I mean, it's alright, but can we do this without getting too weird? What do you think about that? Again, these are just quick passes. With a, let's see, where are we? Yeah, 5% flow. So even within this, and you can see this with the, yeah, I mean, we're just barely touching stuff with a nicely feathered area as well. So, but it adds some dappling. Let's see if we can get that, you know, yeah, that adds a little bit more depth. Alright, so it's still looking a little. Alright, so if we notch that down to 30, and we come down to the radial. Spread it out even more. There we go. Okay, so now this is really popping, and not in a fake way. It's just very present, okay? And all this stuff was very subtle all throughout. And anywhere where I did overcorrect, I do that sometimes to just get the feel, and then you back it down to where just your gestalt says, okay, this looks natural. Now, this probably could be a little lighter, but you don't want to go too light because then you're losing the oomph down here. But yeah, I'm gonna, let's see. Okay, so that's about where we're gonna leave it, I think. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you for the next one. Thanks.